Hey Aries, how are you doing? Welcome to your reading. Thanks for tuning in. It's Saturday the 21st of March 2026. I'm going to do you guys a no contact love tarot reading. For those of you who are in no contact with your person at the moment, the person you are connected to but not connected to at the moment, the person you are in no contact with. So, based on more so your person's feelings, thoughts, why they're not reaching out, what they might want to say but aren't saying, and any sort of general advice, guidance from the universe, from spirit. So, please take what resonates and leave what does not, Aries. Let's look at your persons that you are in no contact with, their current thoughts about you during this no contact. I'll let you know if that one comes back out because it might be relevant. What are the person that you're in no contact with? What are their current thoughts about Aries in love? What is this person's thoughts about Aries in love when it comes to this no contact situation? Let's see if those come out again. What are this person's thoughts about Aries during this no contact situation? Okay. The Three of Pentacles in the upright, the Ace of Cups in the upright, and the High Priestess in reverse. So, your person could be thinking about contacting you, communicating with you. They could be processing the situation overall, the connection, the relationship, the emotions. They could be thinking about coming back around, talking to you, perhaps offering love or emotion or reconciliation. But at the moment, they are keeping it to themselves, or their thoughts to themselves. Obviously no contact, but they're trying to follow their intuition. They might be struggling to make sense of what their intuition is trying to tell them. There's an energy here of trust, mistrust, but trust in their own feelings. I'm not quite sure if they know yet what their real thoughts are. There's feelings there, there's thoughts there. They're thinking about communicating. They're thinking about talking. But they're not quite sure how to go about it, or they're not quite sure. They're just in a space of trying to listen to, maybe they're trying to find some truth and clarity within their own mind about it all. So let's have a look at those feelings, because their feelings came out in their thoughts. So they're obviously feeling something. So let's look at their feelings for you during this no contact. Aries, the person you are in no contact with. What are their feelings about you, towards you, for you? What is your person feeling about you, towards you, for you, in love, Aries? So the Two of Pentacles flipped out, the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. I'm getting 3 energy. So there could be something external that's kind of affecting this. There's something about stability and security here. Perhaps something to do with money or a commitment. Your person is trying to, maybe they've got a lot on. Maybe they've, you know, they work a lot, or they've got a high profile job, or something, that a job, a career that just keeps them busy. Perhaps they're just busy in general. They've got a lot going on. They're juggling, they're trying to prioritize, they're multitasking. They're also thinking about stability, foundations, home, building. They might be, well, they are keeping themselves disconnected from you by the looks of it, but I think they're just taking some time out, or perhaps they're kind of just busying themselves in their responsibilities, in their work, keeping themselves busy. Or they're just that busy that they haven't been able to really come towards you. They're taking time out. I think they're not quite ready to, they want some space, some alone time, just to have a little think about things. Perhaps they're getting back to their job, their work, their day-to-day life. Perhaps they're concentrating on their money, their career, whatever it is that they're doing. But their feelings are about stability, security, balance, harmony. Perhaps there's some sort of choice external of you and them that they have to make, or they have to balance out. So why are they not reaching out? Well, I've got an inkling as to why from those cards, but let's actually see, well, possibly why they're not reaching out. Why is your person not reaching out to you, Aries, in this no contact situation? Why is your person not reaching out? Person that Aries is in no contact with. Why are they not reaching out to Aries? Why are they not contacting them? Yeah. Four of Swords in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. They're taking time out. They're kind of letting this go for a minute. They don't want any conflict or any tension. I just feel very strongly that they need a moment for themselves to process, or to balance themselves, to take their mind off it all. Perhaps they don't want to think about love for a moment, and emotions and connections and relationships and any conflict that might have happened between you both. Or perhaps they're just putting their wall up, not letting you or anyone in. It might simply be the case that they just want some time, some space, to not think, to not feel, to not do anything other than the things that are in their day-to-day goings-ons, focusing on themselves. Not about anyone else, just about themselves. What they might want to say, but they're not. The person that Aries is in no contact with. Is there anything that they want to say to Aries, but they're not saying it? Is there anything they want to say, but they're not saying it during this no contact? Is there anything they want to say to Aries? that they're not saying during this no contact. Seven of Wands in the upright, the Ace of Swords in the upright, and the Moon in reverse. I'm getting a lot of hidden, somewhat secretive energy with your person here that you're in no contact with. They're keeping their emotions to themselves. They're keeping their feelings to themselves. They're keeping themselves to themselves. They're avoiding this, or they're blocking any emotion out. They're looking for some truth, some clarity, perhaps from you or in the situation. They're trying to get to the truth of the matter. They're not dealing with emotions at the moment. They're dealing with, and they're not dealing with it too deeply. They're thinking about it, but they're not, they're kind of avoiding it, I'm getting. They're kind of resisting it. They're busying themselves in work. They're kind of avoiding any feelings, or they're shut off to this for the moment, perhaps quite defensive. They've got that wall up, like I said earlier. That wall up, that defense up, keeping themselves out of any opening. They don't want to open up to this at the moment. They're just shut off, closed off. And I feel that quite strongly. But there is an energy of something is hidden. Some sort of truth that is hidden, or some sort of emotion that is hidden. Something here is hidden or secret. And there is some sort of truth that may be offered or may be spoken. Perhaps there will be some communication. But at the moment, I think they're very much closed off to that. And they're very keeping their guard up, keeping their defences up, keeping their wall up. So let's look at any guidance and advice. Universal advice and guidance for Aries and the person they are in no contact with. Universal advice and guidance for Aries and the person they are in no contact with. Yeah. The Fool in reverse. The Three of Wands in the upright. And the Devil in reverse. Sorry, just give me a moment. Sorry, I have to have my cards. Yeah, just my OCD with my cards. Just ignore me, Aries. There's a heavy attachment here. I mean, your person may feel heavily attached to you, or you to them, or there was some sort of unhealthy dynamic here, unhealthy habits or behaviors, something that was toxic, unhealthy between you both. They're trying to they're trying to release that. There's something heavy, unhealthy, possibly toxic. Perhaps it's a lifestyle, or it's a habit, perhaps from them, perhaps from you. Perhaps it's something between the both of you, but they're trying to release that. They don't want that, or you don't want that. However this resonates, this is the universal guidance and advice. So this could be for you, it could be for them, it could be for the dynamic as a whole, the connection as a whole. So you'll have to take that as it resonates, and you'll know how it resonates and who it resonates for. They could be somewhat avoidant, or someone here is somewhat emotionally avoidant, doubtful, guarded because they don't want to make a wrong mistake or make a wrong decision. I want to clarify a little bit for you, Aries. That Three of Wands, I mean, they could be thinking, or they're waiting for something, or someone's waiting for something, or maybe this is just a case of time, waiting to see what happens. Letting it just ride out for a moment and just waiting to see what happens, but kind of getting on with your lives while you do that. Letting it go, letting it flow for a while, and just getting on with your own lives, your own, you know, whatever you got going on. Taking time to process, heal, and focusing on yourselves individually. So tell me about that Three of Wands, and why is it here? For no contact between Aries and their person. Why is the Three of Wands here? The Magician. Now that's a very powerful energy. That is an energy, and with the Three of Wands, that's a waiting energy with a possibility of making something happen. Well, no, it's not a possibility. The Magician is an energy of confidence, determination. I'm going to make this happen. So perhaps, you know, in the future it will come back around. You'll kind of connect again and talk things through, and yeah, perhaps you can iron this out or even it out, harmonize it, bring it back together. Tell me about the Devil in reverse energy. Why is he here for the no contact situation between Aries and their person? Why is the Devil here for Aries and their person in no contact? Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's something unstable here, unstable, unbalanced. There's an unsureness about feelings here. I think something here, maybe there has been conflict, tension. There's something here that needs to be released. There's something here that needs to be let go of. There's something here that needs to be, something unhealthy that needs to be made healthy again. Perhaps this is just taking time out for you both to process it and get back to a better, more positive, balanced energy individually before any creation or manifestation or magician energy comes back into this. Before anything can begin or re-begin, before anything can happen, things need to be dealt with. Unhealthiness, toxic attachments, unhealthy lifestyle habits. Whatever it is that was toxic, unhealthy, needs to be removed, walked away from, let go of. It needs to balance, it needs to come back healthy before anything can manifest or be created or recreated. Tell me about the Fool in reverse energy. Why is it here for Aries and their person in no contact? Five of Wands in reverse, yeah. Not wanting to, keeping the peace, keeping the harmony, not wanting to get into any conflict or tension or heated debate or conversation or argue. This is just a case of just let it go for a minute. Just let it go. Let's just get some peace and quiet for a bit. Let's just walk away for a minute. Let the peace resume. Let everything settle. Let the dust settle. And then let's let go of what needs to be let go of. Let's kind of deal with whatever we got to deal with individually. And then we'll see what might happen, what might be created, what might manifest after that. I want to get 2 more clarifications. One on the Ace of Cups in the upright. One on the Ace of Cups in reverse. Why is the Ace of Cups here for the current thoughts about the person that Aries is in no contact with? Why is the Ace of Cups here for the person's thoughts? The person that Aries is in no contact with, why is the Ace of Cups here for their thoughts? The Tower in reverse and the Six of Swords. There's some sort of change or transformation here. There's some sort of tower moment that they're trying to avoid. Perhaps any sort of conflict or tension or friction or any heated arguments or exchanges that were there in the past. They don't want to do that again. They want to move on. They want to transition. They want to move on to calmer waters. They want to release whatever that friction was or whatever that unhealthy energy was between you. They want that released. They want that gone. They don't want to be in that kind of energy. And the Ace of Cups in reverse energy that came out for why are they not reaching out. The Ace of Cups in reverse energy for Aries and their person that they are in no contact with. Why is it here? Queen of Pentacles in the upright just came out. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords in reverse. Let me just pause a minute. Aries, I think, obviously I am getting heavily that there is some sort of external factor, person, place, thing. Something that is external of this that your person is dealing with. It very much comes down to stability, security, something they're working on. Something to do with money or family or home or other commitments that they have, responsibilities that they have. There is an energy of, there has been some secrecy here, some sort of secretive, I don't know, there's some sort of secretive, hidden energy here. This, I don't want to go too deep into what that hidden energy is. I'm just going to say there has been some secrecy and something that is hidden. So however that resonates for you and your person, you will know. There is also a heavy energy of something, someone that is connected to this whole situation between you both. A commitment, a responsibility, whatever it is. They're needing time out. They don't want to get into conflict. They're keeping their feelings, emotions to themselves. They're not offering kind of any, they're not focusing on emotions, love, or there's some sort of love that is there that they're not giving at the moment because they're focused on money, stability, security, their work, their job, their money, their whatever it is. They're trying to ground themselves, become stable, or focus on things of that nature. There's also an energy of strategy. There's also an energy of having to be honest and truthful, owning up, putting their cards on the table. There's something here about secrecy that needs to come out. There's some sort of truth that needs to be spoken. There's some sort of deception or secrecy or something that is hidden that needs to come to light, needs to be spoken, needs to be admitted. And I think at the moment your person is struggling with that, or dealing with that, but trying to deal with it in a harmonious way. They're feeling quite overwhelmed and they don't want any more chaos or friction or tension. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Aries, in your no contact situation with your person. Hope this helped, hope it resonated. If you did resonate with this reading, please give the video a thumbs up. If you would like some more readings from me, then please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell button, it doesn't cost you anything. You'll get notifications when I next do a reading. If you would like a personal reading, you will find my email address, contact details on my homepage. So, good luck, best wishes, lots of love. Until next time, Aries. Bye bye.